So welcome back here to the channel, guys. And listen, I need everybody who owns crypto to see this video. So some crazy things are happening in the market. We are getting heavily manipulated, and it is what it is. There's really nothing we can do, but let's dive into it. Let's talk about what happened. Let's talk about how we're addressing it, what we're doing from an investment standpoint. We do have some good things happening here in the background. And anybody holding spot positions right now got to be frustrated. And I feel you and I understand it, but it's not a time to run away. It's just a time to acknowledge it and reassess how we can kind of, make sure we're at the forefront of this ever evolving market. We are now clearly in an institutionally driven market, guys. There's no doubt about it. And by the way, if you haven't smashed that like button, subscribe down below, definitely do so. We're going to dive into some things here in the video. Bitcoin went from 107 to 114 to $107,000 all in a day's work. Market manipulation is running rampant right now. There are very few retail spot buyers pushing prices up. When we see prices being pushed up, it's being pushed up by traders, market makers, exchanges, and they're manipulating the hell out of this market right now. I'm just going to give you guys the facts. It is what it is. It's exactly what's happening. Now, you could trade the markets. Obviously, we're holding spot positions. I'm holding personal spot positions, but I'm also trading the market at the same time. We've got a ton of different places for you guys to trade if you're interested in that. BidFi links, WEEX, crypto.com, all with great different offers. Check those out at your convenience, link down below. But if you're just holding spot right now and you're more concerned about your long-term holdings, I wanted to dive into that aspect of things too. But let's get into it because we do have some interesting insights, some things that happened yesterday. The Fed opens the door to crypto banking. Governor Chris Waller announced the central bank is proposing a new limited access or skinny master account that would give legally eligible institutions direct access to the Fed's payment rails without relying on partner banks. So this was some very, very good news that came out of the conversation yesterday. Again, the Fed was there speaking, and a lot of big players were there. A lot of big players expected to be at the event today. So today, House Democrats will meet, and we've talked about this for a little while as well. And give you guys some of the names that are going to be out there as well for this big event. And we posted about this a couple days ago. So this is happening today. We've got Coinbase CEO, Chainlink CEO, Kraken, Uniswap, Ripple's going to have some representation. Circle. The meeting is being led by Senator Gillibrand, Democrat from New York, as negotiations with Republican counterparts have stalled in recent days following fallout and industry backlash over a leaked Dem proposal to regulate DeFi. And so now they're coming back to the table to try to figure this thing out. And we'll see kind of what happens here long term, right? Long term. But if we scroll up, some other things happen as well. Michael Van de Pope said, to be honest, I think we're going to see a very soft print on the CPI. Then going forward, going towards 50 to 75 basis point rate cuts of the Fed into the end of the year. We're at the start of the altcoin bull run and Bitcoin towards 1 million. I mean, that's insane. Bitcoin towards 1 million. I don't think we're going to get all the way there this cycle. I love Michael Van de Pope, but I think that's a little bit of a reach. However, I do not think this cycle's over by any stretch of the imagination. If we take a look at where we are right now, Bitcoin's back at 108. We started the day yesterday around like 106. Okay, we went all the way up to 114, gained $8,000 on Bitcoin. We basically gave it all back in a day's work. And it's frustrating because, ETH was back up over 4,000. XRP was cooking. We had some altcoins moving. Now, not much doing. Zcash still remains pretty solid. They bounced over $300 yesterday. But across the board, we're basically just treading water. Like we're trading in these tight ranges. And right now, if you're not a trader, you're probably not doing much in the market. And obviously, you can continue to hold the spot bags. And I have a lot of, capital tied up in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and top altcoins as well in spot positions. But we're also making plays, on these charts because they're moving so violently up and down. I mean, if you go look at some of the charts yesterday, it's crazy the opportunities to swing trade. So again, the opportunity's there for you guys. WEEX is linked down below, guys. I just partnered up with WEEX. Great exchange. You can win a share of $1.5 million when you sign up right now. That's right. WEEX giving away 1.5 million. Welcome bonus, get up to 30,000 in USDT only when you sign up using my link. Great opportunity for you guys to join in a great platform. You could also hold spot positions over at WEEX as well. But I wanted to get into some of these other top storylines here. Dom from Easy A said everything you need to know about the first XRP treasury company. This news has been big for Ripple. There are some things happening still outside the charts. 1 billion raised to buy XRP. This is a huge deal. Purchasing is going to be made on the open market. Major investors include SBI, Ripple, co-founder Chris Larson, provides stock market investors with exposure to XRP through the treasury company. It's called Evernorth. And Mario Nafal even talked about it, targeting over 1 billion in funding. Evernorth aiming to build the largest public XRP treasury company, and it'll put XRP directly into institutional balance sheets. That's a real bridge for Ripple moving forward. But if we do look at some other big storylines, we did have a big storyline with Coinbase. They acquired Echo.xyz, the leading on-chain capital raising platform. So a nice merger here, acquisition by Coinbase. Joining builders with community capital, giving investors access to new opportunities and growing economic freedom worldwide. Sergey, CEO of Chainlink, if you told me a year ago I'd be at the Federal Reserve talking about DeFi, I wouldn't believe it. He was there yesterday. So I do think, some of these big players, Chainlink, here's another one. Hedera Network didn't have any problem during the Amazon Web Service outage. I like a lot of these top altcoins still, right? And I'm not going down the line too far. I'm looking at XRP on this pullback. I like it. I think Solana is going to perform well. XRP, Solana both have ETFs coming. Bitcoin, Ethereum, obviously. ETH is still lagging way behind. I think there's some room for it to grow still. But you look at Cardano, it's 63 cents. Chainlink down here still at 17 bucks. Stellar, 31 cents. Sweeze way down. AVAX way down. Hedera, Litecoin's going to have ETFs. So many different plays here right at the top. BitTensor Tau, my top AI play. Zcash has been hot. There's a lot of things to be, potentially picking up here. Look at Aster's down to $1 now. Ondo underneath $1. Both of these plays, interesting, down at these levels. Algorand still stuck below 20 cents. VeChain below 2 cents. So many different ways to play the market right now. You just got to prioritize what your high conviction is. But there's no need to go dumpster diving here and find diamonds in the rough. There's so many top assets that aren't going to be going anywhere that still have great upside, great return potential. So that's kind of my focus right now, accumulating high conviction plays, being that, we're still in a broader uptrend. I still feel like we're, really in a good spot in terms of the altcoin, market eventually making a move here. Now, will it go into 2026? It very well may. It very well may. And, Crypto Jeb laid it out a few days ago. Bitcoin could go as low as 92 to 94K, then blast off well over 150K in Q1 of 2026. They're playing you, trying to make you think October 6th was a multi-year top. It wasn't. The gold rotation to Bitcoin will be enormous. I've said this since August 2025. Bookmark this. I have. So this was an interesting post because yesterday we saw gold take a nosedive and Bitcoin got some of that capital, at least seemingly. We went from 106 to 114, but we gave it all back quickly. A lot of the shorts came in and knocked us back down. But Crypto Jeb does bring up some good point in terms of timelines. I still think we're in a broader uptrend. I still think there could be a nice gold rotation as well. Van de Pope again said altcoin season is around the corner, 100%. The cycle's completely different. We need Bitcoin to be bottoming out and trending upwards. Personally, I'd like to see a breakout above 112, which we got that yesterday. That's the crazy thing. We got the breakout over 112. We just weren't able to sustain it. From there, ETH starts to do its second leg to 5,500, $6,000. That will bring back the confidence. And then that's the kickoff for altcoins to do their 5 to 10x from here. So that's kind of where we are. That's kind of the temperature in the room right now. Everybody feels as if, we're still kind of in no man's land on the spot market. But if you're looking to make some plays trading wise, again, check out WEEX down below. I've got BidFi as well. We've got some huge whales at BitFi. They love it. We've actually just picked up a couple whales at WEEX. If you're a big time trader looking for some great exchanges, looking for some great perks, the cool thing with WEEX too, you're going to get into a private trading community as well for free, where you'll get free signals. You'll love it. There's some great stuff in there. People are really crushing it. Some of the top traders at WEEX in our group. So come on over and check us out. Links down below for that. Appreciate you all for being here and being with me. We're going to continue to be here every single day, every step of the way, regardless. Good market, bad market, doesn't matter. We got to be locked in right now, and still a ton of opportunities out there in the cryptocurrency market. We'll see you guys in the next video.